The first class we learned about leadership qualities, and we also played team building games. We played one game where we were told to draw a leader. We gave the man business clothes for professional appearance, hands for helping, ears for listening, a heart for compassion and love, a head for knowledge, a briefcase for hard work ethics, and a smile for a sense of humor. This provided us with a wonderful visual of a leader. With this session, I was reminded of the qualities an effective leader must have. While I've enjoyed all of these meetings, my favorite has been the etiquette class. We were served delicious food and learned important manners such as how to set a table, eat soup, introduce people to one another, and much more. I feel etiquette is a divine art that should be used not only to show respect, but it also helps social situations run smoothly. We were also taught how to write a resume. This has already been very useful while applying for scholarships. I was able to take parts from my resume and add it to the scholarship applications. I know this session will also help me in the future when applying for jobs. The local law enforcement was a fun session as well. Our jail is very nice, but I would never want to spend the night there. I have never been in a police car either. This gave me an opportunity to see how some of our tax dollars are used. I was very impressed how Sheriff Craig used the inmates to accomplish goals in our community. My favorite was cutting the cost of the county animal shelter by using the inmates to help construct it. We also learned about an officer who was shot while on duty. He even let us see his bloody bulletproof vest. Last year I participated in the interview session, and this session has been very, very beneficial. It's already helped me with applying while going to scholarship interviews. It provided me with a sense of comfort because I was familiar with the frequently asked questions. I know it will continue to help me as I enter the workforce. The last session before graduation was the local judicial class. Last year we had the opportunity to tour the courthouse while it was being constructed. We were assigned hard hats before entering the building. At this time in the construction, it was very hard to tell for me to visualize what the rooms were going to look like once completed. This year, however, I was able to see what the final product was. The courtrooms were absolutely beautiful. Judge Weaver led us on the tour of the courtrooms and the many offices. Judge Weaver has the best office by far. She has big windows which showcase our beautiful mountains. Plus, she is right beside the snack room. Judge Weaver also described how our court systems work, which I found very interesting. The Youth Apprenticeship Program, the Youth Leadership Pickens Program has afforded me with an irreplaceable experience. This is the only organization I know that teaches youth such wonderful life skills. I am interested in pursuing a career in the medical field after college, and I can already see myself using the concepts I have learned in this program on a daily basis. Maybe one day I'll be able to use my leadership skills, which were nurtured by this organization, by leading a group of nurses and doctors to save a life. I would highly recommend this program to any high school junior or senior, for this is an experience which will never be forgotten. And I would like to announce our guest speaker, Dr. Sanford Chandler. He is the Assistant Commissioner for Global Initiatives for the Technical College System of Georgia.
Thank you. Good evening to everyone. Pleasure to be here tonight. I think Denise was having some heart problems there, thinking I wouldn't get here on time, but we did make it. A couple of things that I want to do. Number one, I want to tell you a story. And with me tonight, I have my wife. Desiree and I have been married a long time. Okay? I won't say how long. So she's a lovely lady, as you can see, and I've always thought she was very attractive. And we bought a house in Cherokee County. And As we moved from Jasper to Cherokee County, it was quite a transition, and we were remodeling some on the house. We were remodeling, you can imagine the dust and grime and working, and it was about 8 o'clock at night. And so we decided we'd go get something to eat. And as any female will tell you, I don't want to go with this sawdust in my hair and me looking the way I look. I convinced her we'd go to a local fast food store. And we'd get something to eat. We'd sit in the back, rest a few minutes, and went eat. And when we did, there was this boy who looked about 14 years old. And another one that looked about 14 years old. One of them had trainer on his tag, and the other one had trainee. And he was very clear about, I'm the trainer, and this is the trainee. And I'm teaching him the ropes here at this fast food place. Well, I thought it was quite interesting because I know they felt like we were 150 years old because of the way they treated us. And I thought they were probably 2 and 3 when we saw them. So we got in the back corner of the restaurant. We had eaten, and my wife says, you know, and this will give it away. She said, you know, I think I want to win these frost. I said, well, I don't think I want. I'll clean the table off and we go get you one. So I get up there, and as I start by, she's standing at the counter facing these 2 14-year-olds, and I'm sure they were older than that. They just didn't look older. And the trainer was telling the trainee just as I walked up, you are going to have to start giving these old folks their discounts. I was very quick to observe that as she turned around and looked at me, and my thoughts were, you're on your own, big guy, you know, at this point. I have no help for you whatsoever. But it is good to be here. It's good to see friends again, and that is a true story we have to tell. But I want to tell you a little bit about some of the changes that we've seen and why and where I am today, and how that may or may not affect you, and especially to those of you who are graduating. In 1841, it was called the greatest invention. It would change the way we deliver education, and it was the chalkboard. You probably know the first one might be a computer. It was a chalkboard. 1841. We fast forward to 1949, and Popular Mechanics had an article that stated, in the future, computers will weigh no more than 1.5 tons. That's 49. That's a couple years before I was born. But I am older than the internet, okay? I am older than the internet. In 1977, Ken Olson said he could see no need for more than 5 computers, and he saw no need for anyone to have one in their home. So predicting the future is a very difficult thing. But I am a computer expert. If you'll buy that, we'll save some frosties before we leave. But I don't know a lot about the computer, but I have learned to help my grandchildren on the computer. Let me tell you how I do that. 2, 3. If you've seen my Facebook page, you've seen my grandchildren, because I'm going to put them on there. Here they are sitting with your iPad, working stuff. They knew it too, to slide the, I didn't even know you did that. I didn't know you could move the screen around. But they knew early on. But here's how I help them. Every now and then they'll look over the top and say, Granddaddy, what is your password? And I didn't even know, you know, when I grew up, we didn't even think about a password unless it was some kind of game. So times have changed, and business has changed. And here's how it affects you. Business has gone global. And I've seen people work in Kenya all day, from daylight to dark, crushing granite stones like you would put on your driveway with a 2-pound hammer for $2.50 a day. all day long, every day. You can make $3 a day if you take that same stone and chop out a rectangular shaped block. And you can make $8 a day if you can lay that block and become a mason. You cannot work for what they're willing to work for. As much as you would want to, there's certain jobs that you just will not be able to have here. So very quickly, we've either got to learn to do things differently, or we have got to learn to work cheaper. And I don't think we're going to work any cheaper than we do now. In 2008, I've never been out of the United States. That's not too long ago. I've never been off this continental United States. I was called on to do some things that took me overseas. And in 2011, I was asked to head up the Global Initiatives Department for the Technical College System of Georgia. And until you've been on an airplane and fly into a country where you don't speak the language, you don't know the people there, you get off that airplane to try and sell them technical education, you haven't had a global experience. But I'm here tonight and I'm going to tell you, especially those of you who are graduating, that life will be different in the future, just like it was when the chalkboard came out to the computers we have today. And so I want you to think about where you fit into that picture. And in doing so, I wanted to tell you 5 things that will affect your life. Okay? And this one, and this is not the first one, but you are blessed to be in this country. I don't care who you are, don't care where you live in this country, you are blessed to be here compared to other places I've seen. And you're blessed, and I have 5 areas that you're. Number 1, your home. Most every house I see has doors, windows, some kind of air conditioning to it. We live in some of the nicest houses I have seen anywhere in the world. I have seen people build double deckers, people living in the same house for 3 generations, and the house be not even a quarter of the size of this building. And they're happy to be there. Today, we talk about how many square feet we have. I had a Kenyan in the car with me, and I was riding down West Paces Ferry. The Kenyan looked out, and he saw these houses, and he said, "These houses are enormous." I said, "Yeah, they certainly are." He said, "How many families live in each one of these houses?" I said, "1." He asked me, he said, "How many people in their family?" I said, "Maybe 4 at the most." And I was embarrassed to see through his eyes what we have at home. So you need to understand that you're blessed with homes. Second thing is your food. All of you are eating tonight. The selection, the quality, the quantity that you have is insurmountable compared to other places in the world. Let me see if I can get a water. I have witnessed, and I'll assure you there's not many places, sorry to turn my back to you, there's not many places in the world where you just literally know everything that you're eating in your food. You may not like, and you may want pure organic here, and you may not want antibiotics in it, you may not want other things, but I can assure you it's a lot better quality than what most people in the world have. There's so many people that do without that it's not on the shelf. It's all fresh, but the selection's not there, it's not preserved, and it's not taken care of by people. You better cook it very well. I will offer you this bit of advice because those of you who are graduating, I promise you before your life is over, your career will take you overseas. That's happening. We're seeing it happen. It would be highly unusual not to. You just want to make sure that whatever you eat has been cooked eat the stuff that hasn't been cooked. Jobs. We fuss about jobs. No. There's not any jobs. We don't have enough jobs. Have we created enough jobs? Now, I will tell you, we are blessed to have the quality of jobs, the quantity of jobs that we have. We're blessed to have the money that they pay and the safe working environment in which we get to work. And that's for every American. And I would say that that is one of the most important things I have seen around the world, is how much people are abused in the workplace. And they don't care if you sit all day long in the hot sun breaking rocks, and I mean literally breaking rock all day long. Fourth thing I'm going to tell you is your schools. If I could say anything to maybe to the adults, not to the children, not to the graduates here, is get off the backs of the schools. I don't care who you are. You need to get off the backs of the schools and support them instead of beating them down. Because until you've seen what other people face, let me just give you a few ideas. In India, there's 1.2 million people graduated from high school last year cannot go to college because they can't get in. In India, your graduation exam, you must make 97% on your high school graduation exam to even be eligible to go to college. And there's 1.2 million people sitting there that can't even get into college. You are blessed because you can go to college. But every spot you don't fill as an American, I promise you, there's people overseas that's dying for that spot, and they're willing to pay for it, and they're filling it. China, you take the graduation test, there's 3 levels. 1, free ride, some of the best schools. Number 2, you step down. Number 3, you pay some. Number 4, you go to a private school, and you pay probably 10 times what you would pay here in the United States. You pay $40,000 to $60,000. Their whole family has to put through school. Can you imagine the pressure that's put on them? And I'll give you an example. Korea is ahead of us in any test they take. But here's what, they go to a tutor. These kids in Korea, I have never seen a disciplined bunch of people like this. They leave school in the afternoon and go to a tutor school. And they're paying them. And they stay at the tutor school. Some of them were staying all night long until Korea had to pass a law that the tutor schools had to close at 10:30 at night. That's how much pressure is put on them to succeed. And the last thing I'm going to say, we live in the greatest country in the world. It's the greatest place to live. And you have a choice about everything you say or do. It's wide open for you to make that choice. Not everyone has the ability to make choices, to let their imagination roam, to have the free will to do the things that you do. You should every day, when you say your prayers, thank you, God, for allowing me to be born in this country versus somewhere else where I wouldn't have those freedoms. You live in a great place. Those of you who are graduating leadership, you will be the leaders in our future, very short time away. We are looking to you to be leaders, to step up if you're going to deal in this global market. And I want you to appreciate what we do have today. And I certainly wish each and every one of you all the success that you possibly can have in your future. And thank you for asking me to come to you. Please, thank you so much. I will be around after a while if you want to ask questions about being overseas or what kind of food I have tried. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Chandler. It's always a pleasure to hear you speak. I've had the privilege of knowing him and serving on the chamber board with him several years ago. And while we could claim him still being here in our community, that they saw fit that he could do a lot more in a lot more areas. So thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Angie Jones with Renaissance Bank, and I'm the chair of the Board of Directors for the Chamber of Commerce for 2014. And I've had the privilege of serving on the Youth Leadership Committee for the past 7 years as chair. We saw a lot of children come through this program, and it is really something great that they can carry forward, and it was great to hear Brooke's experience tonight. I'd like to recognize Representative Rick Jaspers. Thank you for joining us tonight, and his wife Marcia. And also Superintendent Dr. Perry, thank you for being here. One of the things that everyone may not know about this program is we get our support from donations. That is the only thing that supports this, along with the golf tournament. I think a lot of y'all probably purchased the golf balls this year and possibly last year that helps go toward that. And those funds from the golf tournament are split different ways, but we do get a small portion of that. But to have host tonight's dinner and some of the other sessions we have do come from great sponsors. On the back of your program, if you look at that later on, or now either way, we'd like to thank and recognize those sponsors that have helped in addition to that. Also, we have board of directors here for the chamber. If y'all would please stand and be recognized. Thank y'all. And I'd like to recognize our steering committee at this time. If you'll please stand. That each session is prepared. We try to split the sessions up so that each person can work on that, or we do work together on some of it, but some of them have a little more work on some of the other sessions. Michelle Bracken was unable to be with us tonight, and she is on our committee as well. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Denise Duncan, President of Pickens County Chamber of Commerce. I want to thank everybody being here tonight. I want to thank the parents of our graduates for allowing us to borrow your children these past months to attend our sessions. Hopefully they've come home and told you what they've been doing. If not, just know that they've been in good hands. Our sessions have been great. I do want to say that this is the very first year in 7 years. I've been here at the Chamber for 7 years. Prior to that, I was involved in the leadership program for 2 years. And this is the first year ever that we have had a class with 100% attendance and or makeup and participation in the golf tournament. So this class should be very proud, because in 9 years, that has never happened. That's a huge accomplishment, and I'm very proud of the kids for that. I want to say that the steering committee that Angie just recognized, as well as Angie on my board, Amberly Godfrey as co-chair. I'm so thankful for having the volunteers and for their participation, because without that, the Chamber could not have programs such as the leadership program or sponsors that are on the back of the program. Same as that. If we didn't have that sort of support, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we do. So the Chamber is very proud of our support that we receive from our volunteers and as well as the community. Each year we try to increase participation in the program through our community as well as the youth. And we did that this year. We try to add a few things each time. Each graduate will be receiving a photo that was from, we were not able to go to the Capitol due to the lovely weather. So we took a photo at the tour of the Appalachian Judicial Circuit session. Now, if you weren't in attendance there, you're still going to get a photo, so at least you'll have a class photo. So you each get that. You're also going to get a video, which, yeah, we didn't plan to show it, but we had technical difficulties. But each of you will get a photo, what's called a photo story, and Keely put this together for us. But I want to apologize. There's a few photos that were mixed up names, but getting pictures of you guys was like pulling teeth, I have to say. So Keely was working with a big old mess. of emails that I was trying to send to her. So the fact that she got, on a Friday, this past Friday afternoon. So the fact that she got half your names right, is a miracle. So the video is wonderful. And we hope to do this again next year and add in some more photos. So those of you that are 11th graders, we hope that you do return. We will have a photographer next year at orientation. So we will be taking headshots next year because we will be having this on the website. So as I said, each year we try to improve the program and make it better for each of you. The seniors, we appreciate you being here. We have a good many seniors that are going away. Know that we have an adult leadership program. We hope that you go get your education and return back to our community. If you do so, we do have the adult leadership program and we'd love you to participate in that. If I could invite the steering committee to come up and help in doing the certificates, please. Also, our seniors will be receiving a book, Compliments of Rob Hoffmeyer, titled The Success for Teens. This is something that we hope to try to implement next year so that those seniors again will not be able to benefit from that. So he has given that as a gift to our seniors. And then every participant will be graduating with full class achievement this year again, as I said. What we'll do is we will, after you get your certificate, you can have a seat and we will do a picture afterwards so that we won't take the time for that. All right, if you recall, at our first session, the kids each named themselves. Do you remember that? You gave yourself a nickname. Some of you had to have a little bit of help, but most of you were pretty quick to think of a nickname for yourself. So, including when I introduce you, I'm going to introduce you with your nickname. You will, and when you are doing the certificates, if it comes out of order, let me know. So it should be the same order as I call. And I don't think that Wild Will Avant was able to be with us tonight. He had to work, unfortunately, but we will get his certificate to him. Next, and Will is a senior. This was his second year. We have Jolly Jolie Fire. She is a senior and a 2-year graduate. Come on up, Jolly Jolie. Next, we have Creative Crystal Buckingham. Crystal is a 2-year graduate, and she's also a senior. Next, we have Considerate Claire Callahan. Claire is a 1-year graduate, and she's in 11th grade. Next, I love this one, and it is so matching when I say this. Swingin' Shelby Reagan Fowler. She's a 1-year graduate and she's in 11th grade. All right. Next we have Entertaining Elliot Gallagher. She's a 1-year graduate and she's in 11th grade. So, entertain us, Elliot. And I think he just did this to challenge me. They came up with these names. Ambivalent Andrew Haygood. He's in the 11th grade. All right, we have Motivating Madeline Hoffmeyer. She's in the 11th grade. We have Adventurous Ashley Hughes. She is a 1-year graduate. Right. We have Awesome Allie Lawson. She is a 1-year graduate, and she is a senior. She'll be graduating as well. All right, we have charming Colleen Leahy. She's a junior graduate, she's in the 11th grade. I like this one. This is optimistic Olivia Lemieux. Hey, we have Super Susanna Melton. Was it super or was it superior?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Okay, I couldn't spell it like that, and I couldn't read my writing. What did you say?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Okay.
That's not what I'm saying.
I guess I couldn't spell it, I couldn't read my handwriting. All right, now we have courageous Carly Osborne. Carly is a one-year graduate, and she is a senior, so she'll be graduating this year as well. We have Mary Michaela Payne. And she is in the 11th grade. Don't come doing a pageant. Did y'all spin or something and smile? All right, we have Carrie Crystal Ramsey. Crystal is a one-year graduate, and she is a senior, so she is graduating. We have kind Kelly Roberts. Kelly is a two-year graduate, and she is a senior. These two crack me up. One went first, and the other one had to top it. We have Bright Brooke Rutledge, who is a three-year graduate, and she is a senior. And then along comes brilliant Brad Rutledge, who is a one-year graduate. Okay, we have calm Chris Sams. He's in the 11th grade, and he's a one-year graduate. Here's another one. Jovial Joseph Spearin. How did they get these words? One-year graduate, and he's in 12th grade. Kryptonite Kayla Waters. 12th grade, one-year graduate. Is it Kaylee? Kayla. Kaylee. I'm reading that out, guys. And then we have, last but not least, we have Rowdy Rachel Whitman. And she's a one-year graduate, and she's in the 11th grade. Again, I'd like to congratulate all of the graduates. I want to thank you all for being dedicated and coming to the classes, for not being disruptive, for actually paying attention. You can't realize what a difference in class that you guys have been. And so I do want to thank you all. I hope that you look back to the chamber for more things than just the youth leadership. We do have other things that are available through the chamber that we would love to be a resource to you. So anytime you need something, feel free to come to us. And if you're back in town during the summer and you need to volunteer or anything, we're here and we're happy to help you. At this time, those of you who are seniors, and we do have a lot of you, I mentioned to you in a couple of sessions that our professional women in Pickens County was offering a scholarship. This is the second year that they chose to do this. And it was open to all of the seniors, and there was an application. Thank you, guys. There was an application process that you had to go through. There was a deadline, and you had to submit that application here to the chamber. So I'm going to invite Nancy Maddox. Nancy is the president of our professional women in Pickens County currently, and Donna McDonald wasn't available to be here, but Keely Chalk is a participant of our professional women, so she's going to come up and present these scholarships.
Thank you, Denise. I am so excited to be here. Look at all these bright and shiny faces. My goodness, you guys are just inspirational. I can't even imagine going through high school these days. I know it was difficult enough when I was in there, but the professional women of Pickens County, we have a creed, and we basically are striving to better our community, each other and ourselves, through involvement, commitment, and encouragement. And I hope through these scholarships that we are able to encourage some of you in your future endeavors. We had a very, very difficult time paring down our applications. They were all so impressive, but we do have 4 scholarship winners tonight. And these are in alphabetical order because I'm OCD and I had to put them in alphabetical order. So Ms. Keely Chalk is going to help me with getting these handed out to everyone. Our first winner is Crystal Buckingham. Our second winner is Carly Osborne. Our third winner is Crystal Ramsey. And last but not least is Brooke Rutledge. Congratulations, guys. At this time, on behalf of Professional Women, I'd like to congratulate all the scholarship winners. And again, we had a very tough time, and I would like to point out that the scholarships are available to any participant in leadership in the program. So not just the ladies, but the gentlemen also are able to win the scholarships. And then finally, if everyone would help me welcome our youth leadership graduate, Joseph Spearin, will be providing our closing remarks for the night.
Hello, as you all know, my name is Joseph Spearin. I am a graduate this year. This is my first year back in Pickens County. Anyway, I'll go ahead and cut to the chase. I'd like to thank everyone who has played an integral part in the success in the 2013-2014 Youth Leadership Program. There's so many people I'd like to thank that I figure out to miss one. Excuse me. I would miss one. So, I would miss one. As the entire effort was a group effort, which exemplified those I apologize, I'm nervous. Which exemplifies those youth leadership skills as the program teaches. One of my favorite movies is Braveheart. One of my favorite characters is named Uncle Argyle. He mentioned a quote in the movie, "Every man dies, but not every man truly lives." I think every person here has volunteered themselves to step forward as youth to better themselves and make their lives better. Youth leadership is built on making our lives better and more successful. We are armed with successful tools for meeting the challenges of our lives and those we come in contact with in our local community and the world at large. With our monster quality resumes, for our mismannered etiquette skills and our social incentive to be successful and see projects to completion, while promoting individual awareness, achievements, and advancements, it is only fitting that we can culminate our accomplishments tonight together. Let's remember these sayings as we lead into the night and beyond. There's a quote by John Maxwell that I really admire, that really goes along well with the youth leadership. A leader is one who goes the way, who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. And finally, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, become more, you are a leader. John Quincy Adams. I'd like to go ahead and say that I appreciate all you who come tonight and supported us in our endeavors to better ourselves and become leaders. Also, I'd like to thank Mr. Dr. Chandler and his speech to us, and I'd like to talk to you as well. All these inspirational people that have come tonight, him that come to support us, and our parents that we look as heroes to us, who inspired us as well to be leaders, better ourselves, be more like them. Yes, thank you.
Great job. Thank you to all the youth that came up and were willing to take a part tonight. I want to thank again our caterers, Doughboys Cakes and Catering. Thank you all parents for taking time to bring them here and allow us to participate in our program.